Hey, it's me, Vicky Murray, and I'm just giving you a little update. As you may know, I'm going out to lunch later today. After the updates last night from the Samantha Murphy case, where the police came out and said, oh, by the way, please like the video and please subscribe if you want to hear further updates about this case, the Samantha Murphy case, or any other case. Thank you. So last night, the police, after a very long silence in the Samantha Murphy case, the lady that went out jogging on Sunday morning and just did not come home, mother of 3 children, the police had been quiet for a long time. Then suddenly last night in Spain, which was early morning in Australia, Ballarat, Australia, which is where Samantha has gone missing from, the police came out and gave a press conference for the first time for, I think it's been 2 weeks of silence. And they told us a lot that they had not told us before, is that they're now concentrating their search on the Mount, I want to say Mount Pleasant. I think it's near Mount Pleasant, but it's not. It's Mount Clear area, a different area from where they were looking before. Look, Riley wants to get in on the action as always. Yes, Riley, you are the star of the show. Bless him. That they were concentrating their search on the Mount Clear area. They did not think that Samantha was alive. That's the first time they said that in their opinion, it was unlikely that she would be alive. They said they were in contact daily with the family. They'd searched the family home. I've heard as well that they've been to the workplace, the business that Samantha and her husband Mick had together, and searched there. However, although they did not rule her husband out as a suspect, they did not rule him in either. So they said that everybody was a suspect. They would not comment on, what specifically they thought had happened to Samantha. They felt that she did go out running that morning, and something happened when she was on the trail, which meant that she ended up in a different area, a little way away, not too far away, but probably an area where she did not arrive there alone. And also they said that it seemed that there was at least one person involved in her disappearance, if not more than one. So that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it? There was a lot of things that were strange things to say, but I'm sure when the full truth comes out, they won't seem like strange things. So you felt very strongly that the police knew more. The police commissioner knew more than he was saying, but he'd said what he could say, and he refused to comment on things that he said he could not comment on because they were part of the investigation. You know what journalists are like. They were asking him, and that's their job, to ask questions. They were asking him questions, and he answered when he could, and when he couldn't answer because it might compromise investigation, he just said that. That's all you need to do. Don't have to. He wasn't defensive. It was watching these people in some of these cases that we look at across the world. When you've got a good a person who's sort of competent in, they don't have all the answers. Sometimes they do have the answers, but they can't state them because there's, they have to get all their ducks lined up in a row. They have to get all the evidence together. They can't compromise a future trial. So the thing is, they've just got to be honest at what they know, what they don't know, what they can say, what they can't say. And the public accept that, don't they? What the public don't like are no information. That can be, worse for leading to speculation, and they don't like being lied to because the public can smell a deception a mile off. They're not stupid, so, and at the end of the day, when it's these kind of investigations where people go missing, men, women, children, people care about what happens to them. You know, it's not being a ghoul to care about what happens to someone, to think, oh my God, that poor woman she's a mother of 3 children. She went out jogging and she hasn't come home. Does that make you a ghoul to care about what happens to somebody, whichever part of the world they're in? What you're supposed to do, just go, oh, well, yeah, she went, oh, I don't give a toss about that woman. You know, anyway, sorry, I had a little rant there. I didn't mean to do that. Probably because I'm hungry and I'm thinking about my lunch. I'm getting hungry. So I just wanted to show you I want to thank lots of people who've emailed me, sent me links, people from the area, information, local information. Tomorrow, of course, the big search is going on with the Crocodile Dundee type guy, Jake, who is leading this massive search that the residents have organised. But it's not in the area that the police are searching. But the police said, yeah, go ahead. And they said if they find anything that they think is of any interest, to give it immediately to the police. So, yeah. Now, the policeman, the commissioner virtually said they were looking for a body now. So I hope they find her. Unfortunately, if she is no longer in this world, but at least they've found her and she's not out there in the bush. You know, I mean, that's just awful, isn't it? Her children need some closure is probably not the right word, but they need to know what's happened to her. She needs to be taken home so that she can be given a decent sort of memorial, etc., not just left out in the bush like that. So let's hope that there's some positive news soon. It's not going to be positive that we'd originally hoped. I don't think that she is alive and well, but at least positive in the sense of she's been brought home. So I just wanted to show you this because I thought it was quite interesting. It's a news item where they're talking about the police report. And I think what's interesting, because now there's some speculation that she may have been run over while she was jogging. And I think that's something I certainly hadn't thought of before. There's a couple of things that, I'd never even thought for a minute. I never thought for a minute she'd run off with anyone. I never thought for a minute that she'd done anything to herself. And it just never occurred to me that, yes, she may have been run over. But anyway, they mentioned this here. So let's have a listen.
To be found alive, and they're likely looking for more than one person involved in her disappearance.
They spent the day just a few kilometres from her home, checking the possibility she may have been hit by a car. Laura Turner has the latest.
A sudden breakthrough in a
this is not something as far as I know that's been mentioned before.
Suspected bush killing.
We do think that another party has been involved, whether it be one person or a number of people.
Mobile phone data leading police to a small search area on Mount Clear, 19 days since the Ballarat East mum vanished while on a run.
What we're looking for today is particular smaller items which may indicate what happened to Samantha.
That means any trace of her demise, evidence of a struggle, or the possibility she was hit by a car and taken. In an unusual appearance, the Major Collisions Investigation Unit was seen trawling the bush too, on a day devastating to the Murphy family.
We do have...
So I presume if they think maybe she was hit by a car, they'll be looking for fragments, won't they? I suppose fragments of glass, evidence of her. Like, if she had been hit by a car, there would be, I suppose, some remnants left behind for either from the car or from Samantha herself. Gosh, I must say, it hadn't occurred to me this. What do you think? Do you think this is a possible thing that's happened to her?
Severe concerns and are very doubtful that she's still alive.
Ballarat locals still determined to help.
We're just hoping for some kind of answers for the family. That's number one.
Police confirming Samantha turned right out her driveway and ran through the Canadian forest, jogging for about 7 kilometres before police.
So, That's strange, isn't it? So they're now saying that she definitely came out of her house, she turned right, and she jogged towards the Canadian forest area.
They think things took a sinister turn in bush on Mount Clear. As for who did it,
and then things took a sinister turn. So they've obviously got reasons for this, maybe from the Apple Watch she was wearing, maybe from a phone. They've got some reasons for thinking this.
police aren't there yet.
Are there any bikie links that you've uncovered?
I can't comment on specifics of the investigation.
So, yeah, some people had mentioned before about bikers, about links to bikers. He's not saying yes and he's not saying no. He's saying I can't comment on the specifics
At this stage.
Mark Hatt also asked directly if Samantha's husband Mick was involved.
Is he a suspect?
At this stage, he is not.
Police have also searched the family panel beating business where
Now, that was quite clear. He said at this moment he is not, but he did say at this moment. So they obviously haven't tied up all the loose ends yet. They're not 100% certain because he wasn't prepared to say, no, he definitely is not suspect. So there's some sort of, it's ongoing.
where Samantha worked, and have told 9 News they did take away items of interest. They've also ruled out Samantha suffering a medical episode or disappearing voluntarily. They're sure now this thick bush canopy is hiding deadly clues.
Have any search warrants been executed in any properties in the area?
Again, there are particular aspects of the investigation I can't speak to.
Would you say no if it was no?
No comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can gather from that there have been search warrants. They will have searched the house, no doubt. They will. Of course they will. I would imagine, but whether there's search warrants carried out on any other properties.
Okay, for more on these developments, let's go live to Laura now, who is in that search area. Good evening to you, Laura. Are police following any more leads?
They are, Alicia. This is a really complex investigation. They say there have been multiple sightings of Samantha Murphy in the bushland out where I am at the moment, but they're struggling to corroborate those sightings given how dense and vast this bush is. There are 500 pieces of public information with police at the moment that they're sifting through, as well as 12,000 hours of CCTV. Also, Alicia, they have told me not to read too much into the fact that homicide haven't taken over this investigation from missing persons. They say they have levels of expertise in the missing persons squad that are necessary and needed at the moment. So that is how it's staying right now. Two, they say the Ballarat community has been incredible over the past 3 weeks, and they are planning another search tomorrow. They want at least 100 Ballarat locals on the ground here tomorrow morning to try and help with this investigation, because they say as soon as it loses the spotlight, they lose hope. Alicia.
Of course. Okay, Laura Turner, thank you.
Yeah, it's important to keep it in the spotlight. I will be doing my very best to keep this in the spotlight. You know, any news that I think is important, I hope that they find something today in Mount Clear. I mean, it must be coming, will it be coming near to the end of the day now in Australia, I suppose? I expect it will be. It'll be night time by now. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I may be at another midnight press conference tonight. I sort of hope I am, because I don't have to be up early in the morning, so it doesn't matter. But last night I covered the press conference live, and if there was a press conference tonight, I would cover that live as well. Tomorrow I don't have to be up early, but I'm going to lunch shortly. I may see you tonight in the Friday Live. I probably will do Friday Live, see what comes up on the other cases that we've been covering. Thank you for listening. I know, normally I like to finish off like praying that I would normally be praying that Samantha was found safe and well, but this is not looking likely. But I'm just praying that she's found and that her family, and especially those children, get some closure. So remember to live and love wisely, carefully. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you really soon in the next video, as always. And until then, may your God go with you. Bye.